Do a water fast to destroy laziness. Now, look, you don't have to be naturally disciplined. You don't have to be naturally like so structured and militant and organized and all that stuff to destroy your laziness. Contrary to what a lot of people believe about me, I'm actually not that disciplined. All right. I'm not naturally just super disciplined and can get things done on time and organized. I have poor time management skills. I have like all that stuff. But I was able to destroy my laziness through water fasting. I'm gonna tell you how. But just to introduce this, I want to show you like really don't have to be naturally disciplined. When I was growing up in school, right, I was naturally good at school, naturally good at academics. I got ABs, I got honor roll. When I was in like first or second grade, they put me in like a fourth grade reading class. I understand reading and writing so well, like that's my thing, right? So I was always reinforced that I don't have to work hard to get results. For some reason, that don't work when we become adults. That just it don't work in the adult world. What I learned is I need to become disciplined even because I'm smart, but I'm not disciplined. I need to become disciplined. And I struggle with this my whole adult life. I'm 26 now. For 8 years I struggled with this. It wasn't until 5 I really started to become more consistent and show up and do the work. But it didn't come from like all this willpower. That's what I'm trying to show you. Like I'm not like naturally like this. So if you're not naturally like this, like don't beat yourself up. Don't be hard on yourself. That's what I'm trying to say. Because I'm not naturally still to this day, I don't feel like I'm naturally what is the word? Disciplined. But I also am not that lazy anymore. And I'm gonna show you how. So don't feel bad if you experience laziness. I still like slow mornings. I like cozy stuff. I'm sitting on a freaking throw blanket right now. Like I like coziness. I like slow stuff. I like I'm just a chill dude for real. Anyways, so if you're like that, then this will work for you. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Anyways, so there's 3 steps to destroying your laziness when you do a water fast. The first thing it does is it decreases your flesh. So when you do a water fast, you stop eating, you deny yourself, your flesh is being decreased, and you step away from the world. Your flesh is being decreased and the spirit starts to move in you. When the spirit moves in you, the spirit loves to work. The spirit loves to be productive. So the things done for you. The Bible also says something like, if you want to work hard, you need to go without eating. Now that was not the verse. I just butchered it, but the verse is on screen. Yeah, when you are hungry, think about this. This is so crazy. This is nuts. I love that God revealed it to me. He said, if you're then you'll be hungry to work so you can feed yourself. Like so if you're thinking like, "Oh, I'm too lazy. I don't have that drive. I don't got that hunger." Well, then literally just make yourself hungry so that you have hunger. You know what I'm saying? That's crazy. The second one is it decreases pride. So when we deny ourselves, our pride that is like, I want what I want when I want it. Our pride is being starved. So when we decrease this pride, when we starve our pride, we become more willing to act. An example is I sell stuff on Marketplace as a side income on Facebook Marketplace. So when I'm looking for items to sell, well, let me say this. I'll be going for a prayer walk and I'll see items. Like people are throwing out furniture and stuff like that that they don't need anymore. What I can do if I'm resourceful is I can take this stuff and it can be like some lunky bookshelf that I have to pick up and carry a couple of blocks back to my house. And that I could see that in my mind as being embarrassing. What are people gonna think? I have all these people driving past looking at me thinking I'm weird. People that are walking past or people that are sitting on their porch thinking like, what is this dude doing carrying this thing? I might even honestly, let's take it to another level. I might even look like a homeless person because homeless people do this. They go and they dumpster dive or they find things and then they carry it around. I might look like them, right? And my pride could say, I don't want to look like them. I don't want people to associate me with homeless people. That's pride. But because I've been fasting, and that's how I would naturally be. I'm being fully transparent with you. That's how I would naturally think. But because I've been fasting and denying myself and letting the pride be starved, I don't care about that. whatever these people think about me, if they think that I'm homeless, if they think that I don't have a family, they think that nobody loves me and I gotta find free items to take, that's okay. People have full permission to think these things about me. And let me tell you, I have not thought like this my whole entire life. It wasn't until I started denying myself from food and pleasures and scrolling on social media all day. When I deny myself during these fasts, I start to think like this and it starts to change my heart, right? And I'm more willing to take action. And now, because I take those actions, because I take those and I take it home and I spend the time to clean it and tighten up any bolts or handles or anything like that, and then I take really nice photos, then I can sell it to somebody because I added value to it and I sourced it. Somebody else wouldn't source it. Source it means I went out and I found it, right? So the first thing it does is it decreases the flesh. The spirit makes you move. The spirit makes you take action. And then the second thing it does is it decreases pride, which is like when we decrease pride, we're more willing to take an action. And then that the third reason that doing a water fast will destroy your laziness is this is a good one. What happens is it decreases, just kidding. What happens is it allows you to hear from God more clearly. And I had a bonus one. Hopefully it comes back to me. But what happens is you hear God more clearly. And when you hear God more clearly, then you can ask God, what is the thing that you want me to do? What is that thing? And when you ask God that, what happens is he'll tell you the thing he wants you to do. And then you don't have any more confusion on what am I supposed to be doing with my life, career, finances. He'll tell you the exact when you know it's from God. When you know it's from God, you have you're not second guessing it anymore. You're saying this idea is from God. Now I feel confident to take action on it. When you're in that place, you're golden. The flesh is down, the pride is down. You got that God given idea. Not a good idea, not even a great idea, but a God given idea. Then you're like, oh yeah, it feels like you're released like a child on recess. You're free to do whatever you want. The whole first half of the day of school, you got to be all structured. You got to go to this class. You got to do this. You got to do that. You got to pay attention. You got to raise your hand. You got to be quiet. But then when it's recess, you got that 1 hour to do anything you want to do. You're set free and you have permission. When you have that from God, that is such a beautiful thing. So when you fast, you can hear that from God, right? Now, if you struggle to hear from God, or if you struggle to know, is this God, is this my flesh? I have some resources for you. First of all, I got plenty of free videos for you to watch. So you don't have to buy anything. I got plenty of free videos for you to watch. But I also have two resources for you. One is I made a book called Hearing from God. Hearing from God, is that what it's called? Hopefully. I think that's what it's called. Hearing from God, a spirit-led manual. And that is a manual that basically it takes you through a process of elimination, knowing the four different voices in your life. One is the flesh, knowing what the flesh, knowing what the world sounds like, your friends, your family, the internet, TikTok, knowing what the devil sounds like in your life, how he specifically speaks to you. Because he speaks to me differently than how he speaks to you. And then knowing what God sounds like in your life. God talks to you a certain way, God talks to me a certain way. But it walks you through a process identifying these voices and has fill in the blank prompts so you know what these voices sound like in your life, not in my life, not in your boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, friend's life, but what it sounds like in your specific life. It's different for everybody. So it takes you through a customized journey. That's the beautiful thing about it. Not only that, but it also teaches you how to identify your spiritual gifts and just the amalgamation of all of this, decreasing the flesh, decreasing the pride, knowing what God's voice sounds like, you're going to be set up for such an amazing life because now you know what to do. Now, anytime that the flesh and pride starts to attack you, you know, just bust out that water fast and you know your direction, you know your gifts, you know what God's voice sounds like because you have it written down. You don't have to memorize it, you don't have to question. That is an amazing place to be in life. And then the last thing I have for you is you can also just get coaching. Like when you get spiritual confirmation from a spiritual brother in Christ or a spiritual sister in Christ, then that gives you also that confidence of yes, I heard from God, but I also got confirmation from a trusted advisor. When you have that, again, that gives you that confidence that I have permission to go forward. Because you know what that feels like when you're like, man, I think this is God, but I don't want to move forward without God. You know what I'm saying? Or God, I want to do this, but I want to get his permission first. I want to get that confirmation. So getting, spiritual guidance is amazing because you can get that spiritual confirmation. And when you get that spiritual confirmation, you have that permission to just move forward. That is also in the description. You can work with me one on one. It's called Chosen One Coaching, hearing from God's Spirit led manual. And just to recap, doing a water fast will destroy your laziness, even if you're not somebody who's naturally disciplined like me. I like taking naps. I like resting. I like working for only a couple hours a day. I I'm chill. I that's just how I am. Anyways, so you decrease the flesh, you decrease pride, and you hear from God clearly when you do a water fast. I have a bunch of other videos on fasting. You can watch those. But also, the most important thing is hearing from God. Get that book or get coaching, and that's really going to give you that confirmation that you're looking for, that this is the right path, or maybe it's the wrong path. You want to make sure that you're getting that confirmation from a trusted advisor, whoever that is in your life. With that being said, subscribe for more videos on spiritual guidance and wisdom, fasting. I love you. Peace.